Oh, what on earth are you doing down here at this time?
I don't know how you can sleep with all that racket going on.
Oh, well, I'm not now, am I? And you tossing, turning, and garumphing kept me awake.
Not for much longer.
Well, just ignore it and get yourself up to bed.
Get a better night's sleep in hospital.
Well, I thought you said you couldn't sleep a wink.
Yeah, well. Well, now you're on your feet, you can make yourself useful. A cup of tea would be nice. If you can find a clean cup in all that mess. I need some corn plasters too while you're in the chemist. And not their cheap own brand, proper ones. And drop in that money for the catalogue. Don? Don? Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh, where is he? Oh. Honestly, I'm thinking another. You're not feeling well anyway, and what the hell did you have to do it when it's good? Oh. Oh.
Morning. How'd you sleep?
Like a lock.
Ah. Yeah, me too. The spare bed's really comfy. Might move in there permanently. Want a hand?
Okay. You're good at hanging things out to dry, aren't you?
Shouldn't you be thinking about getting ready? What time's your meeting?
I'm only going to be half an hour.
That's if you want to go.
The one thing I do care about is my son's welfare.
OK, we need to get in touch with the university. I can't make that meet and greet today. Also, we need to shift the case on the Jed Warrington, mate.
Right, when would it be best for you?
Oh, any time next week would be fine, but you better let Dr. Haskey know, because it's his patient. And also, we need to move the Andersons' rep meeting, or better still, if you can do it yourself.
Oh, perhaps, yes, of course.
Magnificent when he's in full flow.
Sorry?
Must be worth a few entries in the diary.
If you can manage the firefighting today, Mrs. Tenby, I'd be very grateful.
Oh, yes, of course.
Howard, have you got a minute?
Sorry, Dr. Reed, unless it's urgent. Is it urgent?
Well, it's just that we haven't spoken in a while.
Yeah, well done. I'm busy.
It's about the project?
Oh, I thought you called it off.
Yeah, OK, well, look, I've written some stuff over the weekend and maybe I was a little hasty.
I'm sorry. Mr. Warrington can't make it next week. I'm afraid the meeting will have to be today.
OK, well, if it has to be. I really just don't have the time.
Well, might you have some time at lunchtime?
Sorry, I'm a bit fraught at the moment.
Fine. Well, I understand.
Thank you.
Tell you, if you want something doing. Oh. No.
So that's nothing to eat from 9 o'clock and then just water in the morning. Good luck. Oh, hello, Mrs. Wilkie. You all right?
Just give me a mo, I'll be okay.
Do you want me to get you some water?
No, thanks, honestly. It's those blooming stairs. They take your breath away.
Well, you should have used the lift.
Lifts are for sick people. I have come for my repeat prescriptions. I'm out of inhaler and all the other stuff, and I did phone and speak to the other woman.
Well, I'm sure they'll be here. But why couldn't your husband come and fetch it for you?
Him? I don't know where he is. Clueless creature.
Well, you know, we could always get your prescriptions filled for you and then delivered. It's just another form to fill in.
Oh, no, it's too much of a bother.
Do you want to see someone? Because Dr. Clay's going to be through in a minute.
No, thanks. I've seen enough doctors for a while. Just give me my prescription. Thank you.
And then your painkillers are on there as well.
Thank you very much. Lovely. Just point me to the lift.
It's that way.
Aren't you going to answer that blooming phone?
Hello, campus surgery.
Right, sorted.
Thank you.
No problem. Well, don't forget this. You take care now.
Time is the meeting supposed to be?
Oh, well, if you've got somewhere else that you need to be, please feel free.
Hi, Joe's mum and dad. I'm Kelly, one of the staff here. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind. We had an accident in finger painting.
Is Joe's key worker not here?
Becca, no, she's off in, I'm afraid. But I've got Joe's file so we can talk through everything. Would you like to come to the office? Great.
Thanks, Dr. Clay. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, hello, Mr. Bulky. What are you doing here?
I'm here to pick up my wife's prescription.
Why are you too late? She's already been.
Already been?
Yeah.
Well, when?
Morning, campus surgery. Oh, hello, Mr. Parker. Yeah, 1 minute. About half an hour ago, but she didn't look well. She shouldn't have been out.
Well, I told her I was going to do it.
Well, she didn't know where you were.
Oh, she's so impatient. She drives me up the wall.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, Jimmy. It's the pharmacist who wants to have a word with you. Okay.
Okay, great. I'll see you next week.
All right, have a safe trip back. Bye-bye.
Sorry.
Hey, when you've got 5 minutes, can we go to the story corner and read the latest instalment of Bridget Reed's diary?
Well, I'm not sure there's much point.
What's wrong?
Howard's too busy, apparently.
So everything's off?
Yeah. Probably for the best. It's clear he was never really into it.
What about you?
Oh, maybe at first. I mean, it is a bit bizarre, isn't it? But I have to admit, I was enjoying it. Right.
Eileen, what do you think you're playing at? I told you I was going to do the errands. Eileen, where are you?
Mr. Wilkie, you seen Carly this morning? Wilkie, I know you're in there. I've just seen you going in.
He's an absolute sweetie. Everyone loves Joe. He's so very polite and good with sharing. And only last week, when one of the others accidentally stood on his friend Grace's hand, Joe kissed her fingers better. So gorgeous. So, to Joe's summary. It's a copy for each of you, and we'll just talk through it, and if you have any questions, just shout. It's broken down into sections. Effective learning characteristics, his personal, social and emotional development, and as you can see from Becca's notes, Joe has settled in very well.
That's good to hear.
Oh, and we've also got some examples of the work Joe's been doing, some of his artwork to look at as we go along. So, if we start with how he gets on learning through a variety of activities, playing, exploring, creating, that type of thing, he loves playing with his toy cars and trains. particularly the emergency vehicles.
In the literacy section, it says that he likes listening to stories and looking at books, but he prefers not to engage in writing activities.
Yeah, that's fairly normal, and we'll chat about that when we get there. But if we go back to the learning activities, this is one of Joe's paintings he did recently.
You all right, Mr. Bellamy?
Yeah, just taking a breather.
The space afforded modern man as he waits for the kettle to boil can be very important contemplation time.
Indeed it is, Dr. Husky. Also the choice between a bourbon and a custard cream.
Well, I say, take both.
Cheers.
That didn't look very busy to me. Did it look busy to you?
Biscuit selection's very important.
Well, this 40-day date thing. Howard's not doing it. He says he doesn't have the time. It's all in the bin.
In the bin, as in not happening.
No more stories.
Oh well, his choice, his life.
Well, Emma was getting loads out of it.
As were you. All those free drinks at the Icon with me.
One drink.
And this is Joe playing outside a couple of weeks ago. He loves kicking the ball around and he's very confident running about. We have noticed, though, when he is playing, particularly climbing on the larger equipment, he does need adult support.
For what reason?
Health and safety.
Well, more to do with his distance judgment, working out the gap between the step and the floor, that type of thing.
Should we be concerned?
No, I don't think it's anything to worry about. I think it might be something to do with his motor skills. For example, the finger painting. Joe uses the palm of his hand rather than the fingers, and his paints are mixed, not definite colours.
Yeah, I've noticed that with stuff we've done at home.
Yeah. Nobody's Picasso at this age, though, are they?
So, what would you suggest that we do?
We should perhaps monitor those motor skills and maybe do some more additional activities to help strengthen his finger muscles, which brings us on to the language and communication. I'm sure you've noticed at home, but Joe sometimes uses singular words during play, and occasionally some of those words are very unclear. He tends to point to things he wants to play with and express himself in other ways rather than speak.
Yeah, I have noticed.
You're making him out to be an idiot.
Not at all. We're sure it's a slower developmental thing.
Anything that we can do to help?
He might benefit from a speech therapist if that's a route you want to go down.
Please, look, you're not the person who looks after Joe. You're not his key worker.
I work here full-time and I see Joe every day.
And she has given us a valuable insight into where Joe's at educationally.
Educationally? Really? She even qualified?
Daniel, not again.
All she's doing all day is wiping kids' snotty noses.
Don't do this.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying. She's calling our son an idiot and you're lapping it up. What a shock.
I am so sorry about my partner.
Silly partner, am I?
Hello, Mrs. Wilkie. Replacement medicine. So, you what? The pharmacy were out of one of them, so Dr. Clay recommended a new one. And... oh, dear. They did try calling, but as I was passing, I thought I'd grab it for you. Liar. Sorry. I was worried about you and what support you're getting.
It's the cleaning stuff. It catches in my throat.
Have you been cleaning? Come on, get inside.
You just can't bear it, can you? The thought that I might be right. If he loses his place because of you.
You're what?
The way you spoke to that girl, it was disgusting. You cannot make people suffer just because you can't bear to see what's in front of your own eyes.
Why are you listening to people who know nothing about Joe? Does it depend on how good looking they are?
Enough. I swear I will never forgive you if you ruin things for Joe.
And if I said the same thing to you, Zara?
Then I'd have to say that you were just a little bit stupid. Someone who has to rethink what it is that they think they truly know.
And I'd say you were a bully who can't bear it when someone disagrees with you. Taking a taxi.
saw the painkillers on your list. Morphine.
I'd just like to be normal before it all starts.
What have they said?
Well, the cancer's spread from my liver to my bones, so it's game over. So I asked to come home. So, popping out for a bit of fresh air or doing a bit of shopping is me trying to be normal.
Well, you mustn't do too much. You need your rest.
Chance would be a fine thing.
Does your husband know?
It doesn't seem to have made much difference. Useless lump.
Well, I need to be getting back to work. Is he going to be back soon?
No idea. He's a law unto himself, that one.
I don't want to leave you on your own.
No, I'll be fine. I've got all my pills and potions.
Will you? And have you spoken to the Macmillan nurses?
Yes.
Okay, well, you look after yourself and get some rest if you can. And I will see myself out.
What are you doing here? Is everything all right?
Where have you been?
I'm doing some errands. Why?
Well, while you've been out doing who knows what, Eileen's been overdoing it. What's going on, Mr. Wilkie?
I've got it from here.
You know, you don't have to do this on your own. There are people who can help.
Yeah. Thanks, Ed. Bye.
Wilkie! You can't hide inside this time.
Ah, Ryan.
Where's my Carly?
How should I know?
I told you to keep your nose out. Hey, didn't I? What the hell's it got to do with you? That car's not worked for weeks.
Has it not?
Oi, back off! I know for a fact she's not covered. And which interfering old git round here used to be a mechanic. Back off!
No, I didn't want to get involved.
I knew it. What did she say to you?
I'm not going to tell you again.
Well, she said she was going on holiday. Did she not?
What, with the TV and the cat? Are you stupid?
Mr. Wilkie, do you want me to call the police?
No, that won't be necessary.
She's left me, taken everything, and it's all your fault!
Oh, get off him, you great bully!
Oh, Eileen, get back inside.
It was him from next door, the ones who were arguing all the time. You should report him.
I told you, I'm not doing it.
Well, you're stupid not to. Tell him.
I've just said I'm not going to get involved.
Oh, God, he gets on my nerves.
Maybe there won't be any noisy arguments for a while. Mr. Wilkie, that cup needs cleaning.
That's ridiculous fuss.
Come on, do something someone tells you for a change.
I'll sort it out. You stay there and rest. Come on, Mr. Wilkie.
And you're not to worry, Mr. Warrington. We will get everything sorted, I promise. Okay?
Right, I'll leave it to you to get in touch with social services, yeah?
Sure. Good thinking, by the way.
Well, just do my job.
No. About your 40 days of dates.
Oh.
Mr. Bellamy.
Oh, Mrs. Tenby.
Yeah. You were supposed to be at the steering group meeting half an hour ago.
Well, clearly I'm not going to make that now, am I?
Well, that is painfully obvious. Well, I have sent your apologies and I have asked them to email the minutes when they are ready.
Oh, sorry, thank you.
Sorry, Dr. Reed.
Jake Manley's records, have they been sent over from his previous GP yet?
No, I will get onto it straight away.
Yeah, if you could chase them, thank you.
Emma, have you got a minute?
Yeah.
I just wondered if you've got time to read something.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's the report for the accounts. It's the summary page, not all the facts and figures and everything. None of the partners are in, so I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Sure, why don't you email it over to me?
OK.
So what are you playing at? Fixing cars and feeding dogs?
I'm just trying to keep the peace.
In what sense?
You know she's dying. Peace and quiet. These things to be normal just now. I don't know how long. I'm just trying to make things better.
Yeah, but you're not, are you? I mean, all this running around. Could you not have spoken to the authorities? Get them to sort out the neighbour and the dog.
That's too much hassle. Stress she doesn't need.
All this playing silly beggars is just making things worse. She's stressed and upset. Surely you can see that.
Well, that's the last thing I wanted. I don't know what to do. How am I going to cope? For 50 years, it's just been her and me. No one else, no kids. And I drive a man and we drive each other up the wall. I love her. I really do. And then there's this. And I feel so helpless. Life's not the same. Every day I seem to lose a bit more of her. Oh. But she called me every name under the sun.
Some names were mentioned, yes?
Well, at least I got something right.
Yeah, well, you better carry on doing it then.
Yeah, I've got some of her old fight back, and that's more like my old Eileen. Yeah, and I will.
Right, let's get you a plaster on. Come on.
What are you doing?
I'm going to my dad's.
Really?
I can't bear to be near you at the moment.
Sure it's your dad's you're going to?
I can trust you with Joe, can't I?
I'll manage.
Come in.
You done?
Nearly.
Is it like not too dry?
Well, you know, it's as dull as it needs to be. I've marked a few places where you can tweak it.
Good, thank you.
Maybe pull back on some of the more gushier stuff, like, you know, I think, I feel. You know. Stick to the facts. You're good at that.
Look, I'm sorry if I was a little short with you this morning, but it's true. I'm absolutely snowed under.
I understand.
Good.
It's just that I think we should give this another go.
Well, you know, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not committed. You know, I can't even focus on a sandwich at the moment.
Or are you using your current crisis to avoid engaging like you usually do?
Don't be daft.
Well, it's just a thought.
Well, you're wrong.
Am I? Okay.
You email over the revised...
Yep.
And, you know, thanks for...
Is he all right?
Oh, he's just going to have a bit of a headache, that's all. Right, I best be off. If you need anything, you know where we are.
We're fine.
Yeah, we will be when Ruby gets here.
Her?
Yes, her sister. I can't look after you all the time.
What, that stuck-up old boot? What did you do that for?
Can't keep putting her off.
She's never put her hand in her pocket for anything once, that one. And she'll eat us out of house and home.
Right, well, I'll leave you to it. Take care.
Well, can't do right for doing wrong.
You drive me mad, you do.
All right, champ. What are you up to? Oh. So Mummy has gone to see Grandad for the evening. No messages. Still, she cramps her style, doesn't she? Oh. What are you doing there? That's not the right one. Try moving that around, see if you can find the right hole for that. There we go, that's good. Okay, try another one. Joe, that's not the right hole. Okay, well done. Try this one. Joe, that's...
I rather dominated the last session, so I think this should be Howard's time.
Oh, really, there's no need.
Nothing you can say will excuse your ridiculous behaviour.
When I was 13, my dad disappeared. Missing in action.
Jack Goodall.
What?
Who are you, Jack?
Now, because BBC One has live action